The world of fantastical beauty with endless possibilities. It involves magic, monsters, and epic scenarios, and best of all, great storytelling. Fantasy anime are so common these days that some of them in that genre, they don't really get the attention or love they deserve, which is why this video will share and recommend underrated fantasy anime for you guys to check out. We're starting things out with the old Devouring Whale. This is a Donghua Chinese animation by Big Firebird Studios. Now, this is about a guy who has been gifted a talent of being a spirit pet master who has been accidentally devoured by his own whale spirit and then finds himself reincarnated into a young man who was trapped in a white mansion. So yes, this is actually a reincarnation story, which means you gotta see it no matter what. But during the tournament in his previous life, his whale spirit got so much backlash by his audience, which is why now he will find the truth about this backlash and embark on a new adventure with the spirits that he has now. This is a world where people fight endless battle against demi-humans to protect their lands and goods. Those who aren't the chosen one are playing this on hard mode. Guardian bears are powerful beings capable of fighting and defending their people, but those who aren't are playing a dangerous game of gambling their own life on the line. And that's where our protagonist Kai comes in, who sustains a life-threatening injury and nearly gets himself killed. And with that, Kai gains new knowledge of how this world works, as he now wants to continue to explore this vast world of, dangerous beasts, magic, and bloodshed.
Bandana!
I'm on it!
Despite this anime being super generic, it's actually one of the more underrated fantasy anime, with of course the concept of getting kicked from the party for being a useless weakling. The main character named Kurt belonged to a famous party, but his skills were so useless in combat, he got kicked out. But what his party actually failed to understand is that his other skills that are unrelated to combat are all of S rank. He can be so useful in every other way besides combat, which makes him such a unique character in this anime, but he is indeed completely oblivious to his own powers. Now, lots of people tend to leave behind those types of anime, but let me tell you, a beautiful fantasy adventure like this one should be on your radar.
奇跡でも起こせる魔女じゃなきゃ不可能に近いよ。臭いですか。本当にクソみたいな話ありがとうございました。
Once Upon a Witch's Death is about a witch named Meg who decided to pursue this path to become just like her master did, who taught her magic. However, bad news was delivered to her with a curse that she only has 1 year to live because she will age faster than everyone else and die quick. So, she must now venture out into the wilderness and collect 1,000 tears of joy to undo her curse and go on her biggest adventure yet.
そうたっぷり満喫してほしいかな。日本へようこそ、エルフさん。
The protagonist in this one, named Kazuhiro, loves to sleep. It's actually what he pretty much does all the time. Sleep and dream of going to an isekai world, meeting a cute elf girl and adventuring with her. Until the day came where they both actually met their end and get killed by a fire dragon, which woke him up from his dream. Now, that's when Kazuhiro realized that the elf girl from his dream was sleeping right next to him in his bed naked. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. This is a very wholesome rom-com about an elf girl from another world exploring Japan and its culture, trying out different food, and enjoying her new life with Kazuhiro by her side. The Do-Over Damsel Conquers the Dragon Emperor. This is a time travel anime of how the fiancé of the crown prince was framed and imprisoned by her lover to then die a horrible death, until the day she reawakened in her 10-year-old body to redo her life once again with, of course, a different path this time.
そこまでだ。処刑は明日だというのに、往生際の悪いことだ。
Now, the main character, Jill, she wishes to escape her death and chooses to accidentally confess her love to the great dragon emperor, whom soon will rain bloodshed to this world due to his madness or the dark path that he will go. But little did she know, even he had his eyes on her and humbly accepted, which shocked her in return. But it's up to her to stop the dragon emperor from going down the dark path. Is it time for another Chinese donghua anime recommendation? Yeah, I think it's perfect time to give you all this one. And this time we got a herbivorous dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly villainized. A peaceful dragon who lives in a cave was he meets a young girl from a local village who offered herself as a sacrifice, so he wanted to easily get rid of her without harming her, peacefully, by telling her simply that he is the great evil dragon from the Demon Lord's army, which was, of course, a lie. Saying that, however, triggered the little girl's hidden powers, and that actually marked the end of the peaceful days for this poor herbivore dragon because his life won't be the same anymore after this. Now he is the villain to everyone. Quality Assurance Another World is by far one of the more underrated isekai anime. Most likely you guys don't even know or even forgot about its existence. This is more or less of a slice of life with dark comedy, but it follows the story of rebuilding a world that is being plagued and making this isekai a better place for society and also its monsters. A lot of it is about making quality of life changes, similar to like game updates, but think of the characters in this anime as developers building stuff. It's simple, straightforward, funny, and relaxing to enjoy with your time.
冬の腕もまだまだだし、アイディアはあっても形にならないし、あの時見た妖精結晶みたいな素材をうまく扱うこともできないし、でもいつかたどり着いてみせる。
If you need something with emotion, expression, and great characters, then boy do I have the anime just for you. And yes, this is also a reincarnation anime. Dahlia in Bloom follows a girl who dies from overwork and is reborn as Dahlia, daughter of a beloved magic artificer. She learns all that she can from her father to follow his footsteps, gets a fiancé to get married soon, and life seems great so far. Until it's not, of course. Her father suddenly passes, her fiancé left her for another woman, and now Dahlia is left alone. However, she's not ready to give up on the path of becoming a master artificer because she is prepared to overcome any challenge that comes her way.
半身にずらすことで回避。そこだ。遠くからちまちま他人のポイントかっさらうだけの弓使いが接近戦だと。
For for my last recommendation, VR MMO slice of life fantasy action, your answer has been heard. Now I present to you a playthrough of a certain dude's VR MMO life. The protagonist Taichi is a loner boy who works an office job and plays the new MMO game that just recently released, where you can be anything and do whatever you want. He wants a peaceful, quiet journey and becomes a life skiller, which means he will make potions, cook food, and hunt animals using bizarre weapons. He wants to do the most boring stuff and not stand out in the crowd. But all the stuff he is doing is making him very powerful, and people are starting to take notice that a certain dude in this game is taking the spotlight. It seems like the fantasy days are now over, back to reality we go, but don't you all worry because I have more series to fill up them watch lists very soon. If you did enjoy, then please do drop a like to show your support, and subscribe to stay notified of all my latest uploads here on YouTube. Take care everyone, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one.